Hello, dear students, and a very good morning to all of you. Today, I am here with the second chapter of geography, that is Globe, the Earth's Model. So, students, in the previous chapter of geography, that was our solar system, we learned about our solar system and the planet Earth. We learn about all these things also, that what is the shape of our Earth. So, in the previous chapter, you have learned that our planet Earth is not a perfect sphere. I've explained you this also, that the shape of the Earth is just like an orange and it is known as geoid. The shape of a Earth is geoid. Geoid means, or how is the shape of the Earth? It is slightly flattened at the north and the south pole, and there is bulging in the middle. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn about globe. You might have seen globe also. First of all, let's have a look on the content, that is globe, location, lines of latitude, equator, lines of longitude, prime meridian, geographic grid system. So, in this chapter or in this part of this video, we are going to learn about all these things. So, let's start our first topic, that is globe. I think that all of you have seen globe in your school library, or maybe at your home you are having globe. So, what is globe? So, students, globe is exactly the representation of our earth. Globe is like a tiny image of a planet that tries to represent every feature on the earth. Like, have a look on globe. So basically, globe is a true model of the earth. Like this only our earth also looks like. We can say that globe is the 3D representation. 3D means the three-dimensional representation of our earth. Now, let's have a look. A globe is like a tiny image of a planet Earth. Globe is the closest representation of the Earth. Exactly like this only our Earth also looks like. Globes are available in different shapes and sizes and materials. Now, globes are made up of different materials. We can see globe in different sizes. Some are big ones which cannot be carried easily. Some are pocket globes that can be kept in the pocket and we can take it to any place. And globe, some globes are like balloons which can be inflated and are handy, like we are having the balloons or the balls like balloons in which we can fill air and we can flatten it also. Like that only globes are also available. Globes are also available in balloon forms which can be inflated and are handy, that can be carried to any place with ease. Now students, this globe is fixed with the help of a needle. This globe is basically fixed with the help of a needle. That is why the globe can be rotated exactly the same way like our earth rotates around its axis. We can rotate the globe. You might have seen also, we can rotate the globe according to our conveniency. Whatever place we want to search on the globe, we can rotate it. It rotates exactly like our earth rotates around its axis. For our earth, there is axis, and for this globe, there is one needle that is attached from the north pole to the south pole. So basically, what is the need of globe? Why there is a need of globe? So globe show the physical features of the earth, that is, we can see mountains, ocean, countries, etc., continents on this globe. Globe represent us the relative size and shape of the continent and ocean. We can learn from the globe that what is the shape of the, we can see the exact shape of continents or countries, or basically it limited to countries and continent only. Oceans, distance between two land masses. We will learn this thing, that how we know the distance between two land masses. We can use globe for searching places. Suppose that we have to find out that where is India in this world, so basically, or on the earth, so basically we can, with the help of globe, we can find out the place of India. To understand how day and night causes, we can also understand by the globe that how day and night causes, and to understand how season changes, we will see further that how all these things can be understood with the help of globe. Now you can have a look here that how our earth is also rotating around a fixed axis. That is, now the axis of the earth is an imaginary line. Real earth is not having any type of that line, but it is an imaginary line along which our earth rotates. Now this axis has two poles. As you can see, in the north direction there is north pole, and in the south direction there is south pole. Our earth rotates from west to east direction. The motion of our earth is from west to east direction. Exactly like that only, our globe is also having one axis, that is only known as needle. It is not really having that axis. It attached through a needle from the south pole to the north pole so that it can rotate on the basis of that, yeah, along that needle. You can do one experiment also. Tell your mother to use one needle, and she can just pick it into a take one potato and just insert that needle into that potato. You will see that from tip to bottom, you will see that that potato is also rotating around that needle. Like that only, our earth, or we can say that our globe also rotates around the needle. Now have a look on what is the axis of the earth about which we were talking about. So, students, axis is the imaginary line along which our earth rotate. So, this axis of the earth is tilted in direction from at the angle of 23 and a half degree. This axis is tilted. The axis never changes its tilt direction, it remains the same tilt as the earth revolves around the sun. So, due to this tiltation in the axis of the earth only, the day and night causes, and this axis is only responsible for the change in season also. So, this is the imaginary line along which our earth, imaginary line means it is not really existing on our earth. This is created by us. This is imaginary line. So this is only the earth along which the earth rotates, and it is tilted at the angle of 23.5 degree. Now our next topic is location. You are very familiar with this mark of location. Location is about the position of a particular place. Location, we always used to say these things now, that where is your house located, or where is that shop located. About location only we are going to learn in this chapter. So what is location? Whenever we talk about location, location refers to a particular place's position. Where is that place particularly exist? So location is to the place of position that something occupies in a space or an earth. That like there is location of a house, there is location of any shop, there is location of any temple. Every place that exists on the surface of the earth has its location. You are very familiar that we use our mobile phones, the Google map, to know the location. We are also having the location bar on our mobile screens also. By that only we come to know about the location, or others come to know about our location. So every place on this surface has its unique location. Now students, like we are having our address, whenever someone asks us that where do you live, we exactly explain them about our address. So location can be understood on two bases. We can understand location as relative location and as absolute location. So relative location and absolute location. Now what is relative location? Whenever we give a particular location with respect or with the help of another location. Like someone asks you, where is your house? So you will say that my house is next to this temple, or you will say that my house is next to police station. So this is all about that for telling the address of your house, you are using another place. So this is only relative location. When we relate two locations, then that is relative location. A location of a place in relation to the location of another place. Like we used to say that my classroom is, or our classroom is next to staff room, or we can say that our classroom is next to the stair. So this is only we are telling the location of a classroom with respect to another location. This is what we call relative location. Like Bihar is located to the east of Uttar Pradesh. So all these, for telling the relative location, we use some word like near, far, next to the south of, to the east of, to the north of, to the west of. All these terms we use to tell the relative location. Relative location means a location of a place in relation to the location of another place. Like my house is located next to the temple, my house is located next to this shop. So all these are the example of relative location. Now what is absolute location? As the word absolute, that means exact location. So a place's absolute location is its exact position on the earth, that is your exact address, that where your house lies. Now for knowing the exact position or the exact or the absolute location on the surface of the earth, we used many reference points. It is difficult to describe the location of a point on a sphere like our earth. Now the question arises as how to locate or how to know the absolute location on the surface of the earth. For this only we need certain point of references, those certain point of references and some lines to find out the location of a place. So that only we are going to learn in this chapter, and those reference points are lines of latitudes and lines of longitude. So in this chapter we are going to learn about latitudes and longitudes only. I hope that relative location and absolute location is clear to you all. Line of latitudes. So students, as you can see in the figure, line of latitudes are the horizontal line. Horizontal line means this type of line. Line of latitude is basically the horizontal line. That means this line is the horizontal line. So this horizontal line, there are some imaginary line on our earth's surface that runs from east to west. All of you are knowing that this is east and this is west. So the horizontal line that runs from east to west across the globe, that is only the line of latitudes. These lines are also called parallels, since all these lines are parallel. Exactly, these are not lines, these are circle that surround the whole earth. So they are parallel to each other, and as you are knowing that north pole and south pole, so these lines started, the middle one, the middle line is the longest one, and as we move towards the south pole or the north pole, these lines started shortening, and near the pole it becomes like a point. So this is only line of latitudes. So whenever someone asks you that what is line of latitude, so the imaginary horizontal line, you have to remember these words, the imaginary and the horizontal. The imaginary horizontal line that runs from east to west, that runs from east to west across the globe is called line of latitudes. Line of latitudes are also called parallels because they are parallel to each other. I am also explaining you this, that from one side if you will see these lines, they will look like as a line, but actually they are in circular form. They are around our earth. So this is line of latitudes. So students, on our globe there are total 180 line of latitudes. How many line of latitudes we have? 180 line of latitudes. Now these line of latitudes are represent with the help of degrees. I'll explain you that how these line of latitudes are marked as degrees. As you can see here, how it is written in the form of degrees. Look here, this is in the form of degrees. we will learn about the longest line is line of this one. Equator is the longest line of latitude. I will explain you what is equator further. The 0 degree longitude is equator. The middle line is equator that divides our earth into two equal halves. This one is northern hemisphere, this one is northern hemisphere, and this one is southern hemisphere. And this line is the line of equator, that is at 0 degree line of latitude. Now you will see that from 0 you are able to see this thing, that from this 0 degree here, I am explaining you, wait, it is 0 degree, then 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree. So it is, we will represent it as degree north, 10 degree north, 20 degree north, because it lies in the northern hemisphere. We will use north with this. And as we will come to the southern side, 10 degree south, 20 degree south, 30 degree south, 40 degree south, 50 degree south. So we will represent these points at degree south, and here we will represent as degree north. So the points that are located in the north direction from the equator, they are considered as degree north, and the points that are located in the southern side from the equator, so that is considered as degree south. Now let's have a look on what is equator. Equator is the 0 degree latitude. We can say that equator is the 0 degree latitude. The 0 degree latitude means what happened? This is the 0 degree latitude. This is only our equator. The equator is the longest latitude and it is also known as Great Circle. Equator is the 0 degree latitude that divides the earth into two hemispheres. This is northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere. So the point that are north to the equator, they are represented degree north, and the points that are located towards the south of the equator, that are represented as degree south. Basically the equator divides our earth into two equal halves, that is northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So I hope it is clear to you. Line of latitudes, the horizontal imaginary line that runs from east to west across the globe, are called line of latitudes. So basically one important line of latitude is equator. Equator is the 0 degree latitude that goes through middle of the globe, and it divides our earth into two equal hemisphere, that is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. The points above the equator, they are considered as degree north, and the points below the equator, they are considered as degree south. Now here only you can see that how points or degrees, look here, from here, 0 degree till here 90 degree north, and from here to here pole measures 90 degree. Pole is measured as 90 degree. North pole also and south pole also is measured as 90 degree. So it is, I hope that it is clear to all of you. Now look, have a look here, the important line of latitudes. The important line of among these lines, first we are having the 0 degree latitude, that is our equator. Next we are having 23 and 0.5 degree north and 23.5 degree south, because it is in south direction, so it will be south. It is in northern direction, so it will be south. So 23.5 degree north is considered as Tropic of Cancer. This is also an important line of latitude. 23.5 degree in the north and 23.5 degree in the south. So the north one is considered as Tropic of Cancer and the south one is known as Tropic of Capricorn. These are the name of the lines that are given by the geographist. Now it is, next will be 66.5 degree north and 66.5 degree south. This 66.5 degree north is considered as Arctic Circle and this 66.5 degree south is considered as Antarctic Circle. So first line is equator, that is 0 degree. Next is 0 degree. With 0 degree we will not use north also and south also. It will be 0 degree only, because it is not lying in north also and south also. It is in the middle. So this will be 0 degree latitude. Now next we are having 23.5 degree north, that is Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree south, that is Tropic of Capricorn, 66.5 degrees north, that is Arctic Circle, and 66.5 degrees south, that is Antarctic Circle. We are having two more line. We can say that they are also line of latitudes, but they are in the form of point. As you can see that the length of the line is decreasing as we are moving towards the pole. The length of the line is continuously decreasing as we are moving towards the pole, and it will become a point near the North Pole and South Pole. So near the South Pole it is 90 degrees south, and near the North Pole it is 90 degree north. Now let's here have a look what is line of longitudes. So line of longitudes, as you can see, line of longitudes are the lines that run from North Pole to South Pole. Line of longitudes run from North Pole to South Pole. They are vertical lines that runs from North Pole to South Pole. So we can say that the vertical imaginary lines that run from North Pole to South Pole are considered as line of longitudes. This line of longitudes, this is 0 degree line of longitude. Here also degrees are mentioned. So this is 0 degree line of longitude. This divides our earth in also in two equal halves. This one will be eastern hemisphere and this one will be western hemisphere. So the line of longitude also divides our earth into two equal halves, or we can say that the 0 degree longitude divides our earth into two equal halves, that is eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. The point from now 0 degree, this is 0 degree longitude, and this 0 degree longitude is known as prime meridian. What it is known as? Prime meridian. Like 0 degree latitude is known as equator, like that only the 0 degree longitude is known as prime meridian. How it is known as? Prime meridian. So the point to the east of prime meridian is mentioned as degree east, and the points or the lines to the west of prime meridian is mentioned as degree west. So this is only what we call line of longitudes that we are going to learn further also. So like it is like that only. This is North Pole and this is North Pole and this is South Pole, and this is prime meridian, the 0 degree longitude. Now what are longitudes? Let's have a look. The vertical imaginary lines that runs from north to south across the globe are called the lines of longitude. Longitudes are also known as meridians. Like latitudes are known as parallels. Like that only they are also known as, what? Meridians. The 0 degree longitude is called prime meridian. There are now totally we are having 360 meridians. We are having 360 line of longitudes, 180 here and 180 from here. So we are having total 360 line of longitudes. So to represent this we used degree east and degree west. The lines that are in west we will write west, and the lines that are in east we will write east. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now let's have a look on some more points. Line of longitudes, you can see that this is the 0 degree longitude. This one is the 0 degree longitude, 0 degree, and from here the lines are changing, like it is 25 degree, it is 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, this, and to the next side it is 180 degree, the next side of the ball, we can say that. From here also 15 degree west, 30 degree west, 45, this, and it will met with 180 degree. So from 0 degree till 180 degree they are 180, and from here 0 degree to 180 degree they are also 180 lines. The 0 degree longitude is called prime meridian. Now the prime meridian passes through Greenwich, London. This line passes through Greenwich in London. That is why this line is also known as Greenwich Meridian. This line is also known as Greenwich Meridian. The distance, there are 180 meridians on the east of prime meridian and 180 on the west. Now near the equator, here the distance between two line of meridians is 111 kilometer. Near the equator, the distance between two line of meridian is 111 kilometers. And as we will move towards the pole, this line, the point will start decreasing. The distance between these lines start decreasing. Now this is for longitudes only. Our next topic is geographic grid system. So students, this is the topic through which we know the location of places on the globe. By this only we come to know about the location of absolute location of places on the globe. So here we are having longitudes and latitudes. When we combine these longitudes and latitudes, the geographic grid system forms. Now these lines crisscross each other at a point. As you can see that longitudes are also there and latitudes are also there. These lines are forming 90-degree angle where they are meeting. Wherever they will meet, they will form the right angle. Wherever they will meet, they will form the right angle. Like here they are meeting, so here it is a right angle we can say. So this is only the, if we have to know a particular place, suppose that I have to know the where this place is located. So what I will see that at what degree this is line of longitude, latitude, and I will see that at what degree this line of longitude is, and then I will write that this point is located at this. So basically geographical grid system is formed by the longitude and latitudes. This is a crisscross system on which the longitude and latitudes cut each other, and this helps in finding the absolute location on the globe. As you can see here that the location of India, these are the line of longitudes and latitudes, and here our India is there. So basically this helps to know the location of particular country, continents. We cannot find the location of small places like your home's place. You cannot find out your home's location on the globe. For that you have to know, go through the maps. So this is the demerit of the globe, that we cannot find the small location on the globe. Basically we can search our country, continents, or oceans on the surface of the globe. So this is all for today. In the second part, I will explain you that how to find the location with the help of longitude and latitudes. I will explain you about the time zones in the next part. So here are some understanding based questions. You have to define the terms, that is latitude, longitude, equator and prime meridian. What is a globe? Write merits and demerits, three merits and demerits of globe, and name the important line of latitudes with their degrees, like equator 0 degree, Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree north, Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degree south, Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn done, Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north, Antarctic Circle 66.5 degree south, North Pole 90 degree north, or South Pole 90 degree south. So this is all for today. Thank you students.